Hello, Andy the Maniacal Cinephile here with my thoughts on Lights Out. Hey!
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Lights Out is the feature film debut of director David F. Sandberg. The movie is based on Sandberg's 2013 short film of the same name.
So if you make a scary 3-minute short film, Hollywood will give you millions of dollars?
I would like millions of dollars.
Then let's film something truly terrifying. The drunken ramblings of your mother. What? Baltimore is not a state, you stupid idiot!
Lights Out is co-produced by horror veteran James Wan, and he must like Sandberg's work because he's been hired to direct Annabelle 2. The film originally had a winter release date but was moved to the summer after positive test screenings, although an October release would have made more sense.
I wanted to see Star Trek 3 this weekend.
I wanted to see Ice Age 5.
No, damn it, we're seeing something original!
So is Lights Out worth seeing? Lights Out is written by Eric Heiserer, whose credits include the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Final Destination 5, and The Thing prequel.
I thought you said you wanted to see something original.
Lights Out follows Rebecca, who growing up was haunted by something when the lights went out. Now her little brother Martin is going through the same ordeal that plagued her. A frightening entity with a mysterious attachment to their mother Sophie has returned.
Someone hasn't been taking their meds. Oh wait, that reminds me.
But as Rebecca gets closer to discovering the truth, there's no doubt that all of their lives are in danger when the lights go out.
Dear God, they're being terrorized by a boy band! The horror. Oh God, the horror!
The movie has a pretty small cast. There's Rebecca, her little brother Martin, her boyfriend Brett, and her mother Sophie. All of the actors and actresses give solid performances, and for the most part, are likable.
I refuse to like anyone named Brett.
The wild card is the mother, because she spends most of the movie talking to something lurking in the shadows.
Ted Cruz?
Due to the mother's mental illness, Rebecca must transform and prove that she's a responsible adult if she's going to become Martin's legal guardian.
The movie shows us that she's irresponsible because she has a Slayer poster in her apartment.
Child Services is about to learn that you do not fuck with Slayer fans.
So who is this entity that's haunting our characters? Diana.
A name that strikes fear into the heart of her enemies.
We learned that Diana was not only disturbed, but she had a condition where she had to stay out of the light.
She was a redhead?
Because Diana could get inside people's heads, she was sent to a mental hospital where she met Sophie, who was being treated for depression. And they became best friends forever. The next part of her backstory actually had me burst out laughing in the theater because while at the mental hospital, they tried treating her with an experimental light therapy. And it killed her. Rebecca's going through some files and holds up a photo of a chair, and the only thing left is the charred outline of a person. Oh, I used the wrong light bulb. Sorry everyone, my bad. Didn't mean to cook the crazy girl into ashes. Whoops! So after her tragic death, Diana has somehow attached herself to Sophie. You see, Diana is the physical embodiment of Sophie's mental illness. Sophie even threatens her monster at one point by saying there's no you without me.
Andy, then what does that say about the ending?
Yeah, that might be the wrong message to send to people with depression. Suicide! Lights Out is similar to The Babadook or It Follows, where the monster is a metaphor for something else, in this case mental illness. Overall, I thought the movie was creative. There are certain rules you have to follow, and they were established pretty well in the opening scene with the motion lights. I'm a fan of monsters that you can't outrun. With Freddy Krueger, you eventually have to sleep. With the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who, you eventually have to blink. Having to stay in the light is kind of like a children's game of hot lava. I really liked the concept for this movie, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been done already. The hell was that? The movie makes great use of just about every light you can think of, whether it be a lamp, candle, flashlight, cell phone, headlights, or even a black light.
They found some pretty interesting stains in those shadows.
From what I could tell, the movie uses little to no CGI, so I was never distracted by the effects. Diana was created with a photorealistic prosthetic suit, and it turns out the designer of the suit also worked on Mrs. Doubtfire.
I thought that lady looked like a dude.
While the movie has a lot going for it, I found myself more interested than scared. The movie is well acted, and the concept and execution is clever. However, I personally didn't find this horror movie, about one of the most common fears ever, to be that scary. I predicted some parts early on and even chuckled at things that I shouldn't have. But that's because I'm a horrible person. However, if you're someone who's already afraid of the dark, I could see how this movie might keep you up at night. So would I recommend Lights Out? Yes, I do think it's worth seeing. Eventually.
Should you rush out to the theater and see it?
Well, probably not, but at least give it a watch on Netflix or rent it. This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.